Good morning. Good morning, Facebook, Instagram family. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Back to the World presents Sonetquity Book Club meets Smart Desktop AI. Okay? That's Sonetquity Book Club meets Smart Desktop AI. Thank you guys for coming on board this morning. Any music that you hear in the background, we don't own the rights to. But if you have any comments, questions, or anything that you care to share, hit us in the boxes down below. And, YouTube, man, subscribe, like, share, comment, the whole bit, man. Ring that bell, hit that buzzer. Okay? We're going to give a quick PSI this morning. And I'm going to try to be succinct. And I'm going to try to be as brief as possible, because we really have a busy day today. But, this morning is August 10th, and Smart Desktop AI will be paying out their very first commissions payment. As a matter of fact, it's being done as we speak. I've been lucky enough to have received some funds. Haven't quite received it all yet, but there's a vetting period. There's a vetting phase that's going on right now with the system, and I just want to explain that to you. Many of you have gotten the notification, and quite a few of you haven't. But I'm just going to kind of take you through it, right, in this process. As I said, man, when we built Sonetquity platform, we avoided a lot of this because we took our time to think this thing through. Okay? Now, many of you probably went on this morning looking to see if you've gotten any of your funds or any of your commissions for the people that you signed directly in your downline. Okay, many of you have seen that you have a $20 commission payment. Okay, so let me clear that up. For all of you that paid $20, a one-time fee of $20 to join, you have been reimbursed your $20. That's a start. You've been reimbursed your $20. Okay? And then there's others who have filled out their field and all of their information has been corrected. And as I said again, at one time you had to enter through Stripe. Now they've built their own onboard landing platform. So everyone now that it's totally free are entering that way. Don't be despaired, because Stripe has all of your registration. When you clicked on to a link that opened up the onboarding page with the fields and everything, where you place your email address, your name. Well, when it opens up to that information was saved. So now they're bringing that information over from the Stripe side to their personal design side. So you're not going to be lost. It's just delayed. As a matter of fact, the next payout was supposed to be September 10th. But now they're going to, everything that they correct, they're going to do it on the 17th of this month. So that's a week from today. So let me go by saying this. This is what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is a phenomenon, man, and you're in the beginning of something new. It's like getting on an airplane for the very first time and traveling. And we're talking about this is his maiden flight. No one knows exactly. They know that the plane works. The plane gets there. But all those other intangibles, man, sometimes they can become disjointed, and it can look like the people in charge don't know what they're doing. But that's not it. Everything is through trial and error. The definition of easy is hard done twice. So after people have enrolled 2 or 3 times, then it becomes easier. And the system, keep in mind, this is AI. And I know many of you are saying this. If AI is so daggum smart, why is becoming a member is so difficult? And the weird thing is, even though this program is free, many of you are complaining because it's not smooth with symmetry and everything. But it's free, ladies and gentlemen. What do you have to lose? Just be patient. Get on board. They're going to straighten this thing out. Okay? So, after you've done it a few times, you shouldn't have to do it a few times, actually. But after more people have done it the whole bit, then the system is going to work like a well-oiled machine. But let me tell you what has happened with this, right? As I said, at Sonetquity, we didn't have to deal with this. I don't want to sound like I'm patting myself on the back or I'm bragging and everything, but when we built Sonetquity's platform, I thought this thing all the way through. Okay? And what I mean by that is this. I didn't even know this was going on in blessing circles. In blessing circles, what people were doing, they were signing up in multiple positions. Even though it wasn't free, they were signing their names in positions so they can get to the bonus payment faster than others. This is why most of these programs crashed, because there wasn't a computer system, there wasn't a system in place that was keeping up with the names and the positions and everything. Someone was at home, a few people were together doing it on a sheet of paper or a spreadsheet or what have you. It works fine until you start getting 200, 300, and 400 members. See, when you do that, you can't keep up. And there's nothing to correlate the numbers and to place all those numbers in positions and then tell you where those numbers are to go next. Okay? So when I designed Sonetquity, I thought that all the way through. However many steps there were, if I had a number 001, 0001, I would walk that number through every phase of the system. And one thing that I know, that everyone has to go through that same phase. So if everyone goes through that same phase, right, simultaneously, in other words, when 0001 goes through the system, everyone else is going to be one step advanced. And then if you go further, there are going to be those that's not in the system. And then as they get in the system, they're going to progress and do the same thing. So what happens with that is this. You have so many nefarious people, ladies and gentlemen. All right? And some of you were concerned about whether or not this was a scam, the whole bit. I can certainly assure you it's not a scam. As I said, I've received funding this morning and everything. But now, you have people signing up in 5, 6, 7, 8 different positions, and all they're really doing, their name is going to probably get to the top level first, and then they will receive their monies. If they continue, everybody's going to be fine, and the system is going to definitely oblige you. But what happens is this: these people get slick, they make the money the very first time, and then they don't place the funds back into the system. Okay, so that becomes the problem. Well, what happened with this system? They went from $187 a month to $20 one-time payout to free. And in the process of doing that and making those changes, they had to calibrate the system to be able to support such changes and everything. And right now, people are onboarding fast. But here's what you're having. You're having 1 and 2 and 3 people. They're onboarding 5, 10, 15, and 20 times. And let me show you something. The mind doesn't go as far as it can. Well, the mind can only go as far as it can, but it can go even further. But the host of the mind gets lazy, and they'll only think of two steps, and they won't think of anything beyond that. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this system is free. You get paid $60 for everyone that's signed up directly under you, right? $60. directly under you. Now understand, I think many of us think that we can duplicate and replicate ourselves. You can't do it, because the laws of the universe and the laws of physics just won't let you, right? So you can't have that out-of-body experience where you think you can sign up 60 times and you're going to get paid 60 times however many people that you sign up. And that therein lies the problem, right? Because if you're astute enough to be able to sign up 60 times, right? That means that you either have to have, you got to have 60 different email addresses. Okay? That's a lot of work. For every other person that you're representing, that's representing you rather, you got to have a different email address. Okay? Now, after you have a different email address, you got all those passcodes, but I'm sure you're keeping up with all those different passcodes on how to enter each and every one. You can't have the same one. It's gonna probably read like you are slick 1, you are slick 2, all the way through 60. So that's one way you do that. That's a lot of work. Now you need 60 bank accounts, right? And the reason why I say you need 60 bank accounts, because what the system is gonna do, if you have legitimately a sister or a brother and you guys have the same bank account, the system is going to be drawn to replications and duplications. So you're going to have to change the email addresses because you have to register with the email address. But now your your bank account information has to be different. If not, you got to open up a separate bank account. Because if you have the same bank account and the same routing information, when they go through and do an inventory and an audit, it's going to kick you out. So this is what they're doing right now, because everybody thought that they were going to be slick and they were going to have 60 different spots. They were going to get paid $60 for every one of those people that those 60 replicates brought in. Let me show you how that's worthless and it's useless and it's just a waste of good time and talent. All you have to do is be one person, right? If you're one person and you signed up 600 people, right? That's 10 people under each name. All you had to do was sign up those 600 people under your very first individual. You're not going to get any more money. You're not going to get any less. You're working yourself, Harry Carey. You're working yourself to death doing all this shit that you think is slick. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you are the one person that acted as 60 people that has signed 10 people 60 times, where all you had to do was sign those people directly under your one person or your one being. And that's the end of it. So the system has gotten convoluted with this, and what it's doing is kicking all of these individuals out. All right? Let me, what's going on? Good morning, guys. Come on board here. So as I said, this system, it's free. It's free, guys. You know what I'm saying? And so what happens, people get in and try to be slick, and what you're doing, you're creating a log jam. And now all of this has to be done and filtered before anyone, before many of you can receive your commissions and everything. But again, as I said, after they purge all of this poison, all of this cancer, they're going to be issuing commissions again on the 17th. Now, one other thing I want to address. Many of us are having problems getting back into the system, logging in. And what happens is, if you've logged in, right, and then you go through the system and you haven't, and then You exit, and then when you try to come back in, I don't know what's the deal, but that's something that they're working on as well. But what you do is this: whomever signed you up. Good morning, Skinny. How are you, brother? All right. Whoever sponsored you. And now keep in mind, as it works, see, they have too many ways to enter. And that's where the problem comes in. You're entering when the system used to cost $20, even though you're not paying. But you're coming in through that portal, right? So whoever link that you clicked, right? That information has already been calculated or stored. Now, if you come in through the new version where it's free to enter, and you've signed in, and it says click here if you already have an account. So now when you go there and it clicks there and it says you already have an account, you put in your password if you saved your password. If you haven't saved your password, you're going to have to create a new password. All right? And this is the problem that many are having. And I know some of you have gotten frustrated, man, but again, don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. It's free. Think about the work that this person put in when they thought they were being clever. That's a hell of a lot of work. Now you're parsing and you're memorizing. I mean, really, this person is a good person, but they need to be on the team doing something positive. Look, you have 6 or 7, and I'm just, when I said 60, I was exaggerating. But some people got in a group, man, and they did 50, 60. But if you're one person and you have 6 different accounts, that means that you have to strategically keep up with all the people that signed up underneath you guys. You have to keep up with all of those different banks. You have to keep up with all those different passcodes, all those different emails. That's a lot of work. Well, all you have to do is just operate your one, right? That's all you have to do. Operate your one, and you're good. But you get greedy, and you think that you're going to make extra money by the more people that you sign up. It doesn't work that way. All right? So what I'm saying, don't be discouraged, don't be despaired. But what you do is this. When you get into the sign in portal, and it says your email, and then it gives you, and then you put in your passcode. Well, just below that, there's a temporary passcode. Enter that passcode. Once you enter that passcode, then you go to the portal. When you go to the portal, then you click on to change your passcode. And once you click on to change your passcode, you can put it in autofill or whatever, or save, and it'll be there for you. I was having problems initially, and I'm a part of this. I'm a part of this group. All right. I'm a part of the initial group in Inception, and I was having difficulties getting back on. All right. Well, now I just go right on, man. Once I click on, it says if you already have an account, click here. I click there, and when I click there, it opens up and it says welcome back, Tony Ford. And then everything is there for you. From the building of your campaign, you have campaign 1, campaign 2, and campaign 3. And as I said again, ladies and gentlemen, my campaign 1, your campaign 1 should be for your AI to go out and sign more people up so they can initially join. And then you can receive $15 a month for those individuals, right? That's what my number 1 would be. My number 2 is Sonetquity Book Club and Publishing Company. I haven't even thought of a 3 yet. We're going to possibly think of a 3 where we're going to sell merchandise and everything to all of our different platforms. That will be my 3rd. But this right now is what you should be focusing on. Don't stop signing up people if you care to. If that's what you feel like doing, don't stop. But the fun begins, and the crux of this, when you get to the grits and gravy, when you get to the matter of this, is drawing up and drafting your campaign. And when you draft your campaign, now you're giving AI something to run out and promote. You're giving AI something to sell. You're giving AI something to respond to. If you don't fill out your campaign, if you don't draft your campaign, it was all for naught. Unless you are an influencer like I have here. Unless you are an influencer with a following of 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 individuals. And if you have that, then so much the better. If you have that, so much the better. And then your people believe in you, they follow you, they're there. You got 10,000, 15, 20,000. So obviously you're saying something that they believe in. Okay? But if you really, really want this to work, and you want it to work in a big way, write your campaign so AI, and submit it to AI, so AI can go out and deliver it and get you 50 responses, get you 50 leads a day, 350 a week, 1,500 a month. And they're going to do that every month. And keep in mind, right? They're going to do it to the degree of everybody that has an email address, man. But again, when it comes to network marketing and affiliate marketing and attraction marketing, there's 160 million globally, right? That's a lot of emails. That's a lot of work for AI to do because no humans were going to do it, all right? In the United States, there's 16 million. That's still a lot of people right here. But AI is going to reach out all around the world. Okay? So everybody that's involved with network marketing and what have you, AI is going to reach out to them because that's the one thing that they probably have unanimously in their bio or in their website or in their name, their email address. Okay? And before I close, again, this is a phenomenon. There's a page that one of my partners built, Mr. David Bryant. David Bryant not only is a partner, he's my sponsor. Okay? And David has built a Facebook page to join, Mr. Support a Friend. Okay? David Bryant. Last name spelled just like Kobe Bryant. Plug in. Go to his site. What it is, and then there's a school is $2 a month subscription. I mean, you know, it can be tedious, man. Some of you say, man, well, why are you charging us? Because they're giving you information. But what David has done for us, David is a member of School, SKOOL, of that site. And all new information that's going on with SmartDesktop AI, all updates, all changes, all improvements, and what have you. David gathers that information and he brings it back to Mr. Support a Friend, Mr. Support Friends. Okay? Mr. David Bryant, and this is SmartDesktop AI. So, and you can go to his YouTube page and get the same information. But you want to constantly be informed. But if not, stay on your dashboard. See how things are moving. And if it's looking to be something that you can't quite grasp or can't quite understand, hit me in the boxes down below. DM me. You got my email. Those of you that don't, DM me. And those of you that have my phone number, text me. All right? And we'll get through this together. I know, like I said, man, in the beginning, because think about how Facebook was in the beginning. Now, man, you know, little kids can navigate through there with their eyes closed. Just think about social media, period, how difficult it was. I'm an old fogey, man, and I get through this thing better than some of the youth does. But there are still times, man, where I feel like pulling my hair out. Literally. When it comes to something that I know I just need to get past this, I need to advance. And once I can advance, I can make some improvements so I can make a difference in something that I'm trying to do. All right. So again, it's Leo season, man. All right. August 22nd, myself, Lord willing. But in the meantime, all of us are going to celebrate. So Sonetquity Book Club meets Smart Desktop AI. Keep on trying. Practice your onboarding. Practice your logging in, all right? We want to get it to where it's second nature. And wherever you can get it where it's locked in and you're able to hit that deal and it just pops up and it welcomes you, that's where you want to get it. I have to do it. There are times I just pop right in. But there are other times, man, I have to go through maybe 2 processes. Maybe I put in the wrong passcode. But whatever the case may be, you know that you're registered. You know that you're in. I'm going to speak to a group of friends, man, a little bit later and get them back and forth onboarding because they've done a wonderful job. Mr. KB, you know who you are. They've done a wonderful job, man, in bringing people forth the whole 9. So we just want to get this thing to where it's working like a well-oiled machine. You're going to always have bugs, and you're going to have to get the kinks out initially. I mean, that's just the process, all right? That's just the process. Let's talk about systems. Let's talk about practice. Let's talk about processes, right? The United States men's track and field, the relay, the 4x100, man, we haven't done anything, man, in over 20 years, you know? And what happens is, and that's 5 fumbles, they can't get a handoff correctly. They can't get a handoff. And I watched it so closely, man, and they talked about it, and there's so much pressure. And see, even though that kid, man, Noah Lyles, even though he came in 3rd, you know, his persona, you know, he's always jumping around real happy the whole bit. I think that the kids suffer a little bit from depression, and I could be speculating, but as I said, I look at patterns, and he's happy and he's jovial, and he was trying to uplift himself in the beginning, and I wanted him to win. But sometimes, you know, you look at him, man, he's so happy, he's so jovial, he's making all sorts of deals, and you're like, man, tone it down. But I think that's what's needed, because I think that brother is he's very well prepared. And had he been there to run the last leg, I don't know if they would have won or not, because the mix-up was in the first handoff. I just think that they've talked about this so much, and these guys have embedded this in their head. See, negative energy is just as strong as positive energy. You got to keep in mind, it's an energy, right? And see, forces are equal. It's the motivation, it's the determination that's behind it that makes one be fruitful. So when most of your thoughts, when most of your processing is in a negative perspective, it's going to outweigh and be stronger than your positive thoughts. Because it's just a positive thought turned inside out. And the more people harp on making that correct exchange, it's going to bother them. It's going to haunt them. What Noah Lyles bring to that, he said, be happy. Be carefree. And in that respect, I think that it works. Because keep in mind, China, Japan, they specialize because they're methodical, they're mechanical. And when you practice something and you do it over and over, it becomes second nature to you. You don't have to think to get up, man, to go to the restroom. You don't have to think about brushing your teeth unless you're just really just trifling. You don't have to think about any of these things that you do. You don't think about breathing. You can stop if you wanted to. But there's something in there. There's something in the mechanics of it, in the machination, that's going to cause you to start breathing again. You're not going to choke yourself to death. Any system works that way. If there's a malfunction, it can be corrected. All right? So with this system, get involved, make your handoffs, pass the baton, do what comes next, and you will succeed and you will get across the finish line. All right? You guys go out and have a wonderful Saturday, man. It's beautiful outside, and but it's hot. So stay hydrated, stay cool, man, and thank you guys for coming on board. All right? Peace. Okay, Skinny. Thank you for joining me, brother.